All right, so I wish I would have kept the first one because it was a really great episode. But now you're just gonna get this shit. So whatever the fuck happens,
Now you're just gonna get some shit.
we're sorry. Word up, we are back. 2/3 of Bash Brothers. Sharp Cuts right here.
What up?
Malzini right here.
Barbarian.
We are in the new Stank Face Sanctorum. Still under construction, but you know what I'm saying? We got
Sanctorum.
The setup set up.
Yeah.
And we have removed all beverages because they ain't paying us money to show their logo. So, this is a new episode of Beyond the Bash.
You don't even see this right now.
Right. You don't see it. We are talking about Sweep the Leg. So
Sweep the leg, Malls.
We about to get up on this. When we did Sweep the Leg, this is my solo track, but
yeah.
I put air quotes because Sharp and Precise are on it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you're on the verses.
Yeah.
It's your song.
Yeah. So the promo that I did leading up to it, the Barbarian Speaketh. So we did the promo kind of later in the album, and if you notice, all the other skits and stuff are funny, and mine is like, so serious. Because when I wrote my promo, I didn't hear you guys' promos. I didn't hear the intro. I didn't hear your promo. I didn't hear Precise's. So I was like, oh yeah, we doing the wrestler shit. So I'm like, I watch old NWA wrestling, the good shit, and old WWF and AWA wrestling and stuff. So I'm like, okay, get the spirit of these promos. So I wrote a legit wrestling promo.
Yeah.
And then I did it, and I was like, yeah. And they were like, yo, that was good. I was like, word?
It was. It was really good. It was like, he means business.
And then we played the album front to back, and I was like, hey, y'all being funny.
Well, yeah. Y'all got jokes.
Y'all got jokes, and I'm Mr. Serious here. But it works, because who wants a funny barbarian? Waka, waka, waka.
Waka, waka.
Yeah,
then you stuck with like Captain Caveman.
Exactly. So it worked out in the end. But the song, Sweep the Leg, so I don't remember if this was like the first or second batch that you sent us.
Nah, this was when, all right, I contacted y'all and I was like, hey, y'all come through. I have about 100 beats to play for you guys. Mm-hmm. And Sice sent back the Ike Turner,
oh yeah.
like don't clown on me, bitch.
Yeah.
Like the little meme and shit. And so I was like, nah, come through. It's well over 90.
And it definitely was.
And we sat there for hours playing beats, and that was just one of the first ones near the top.
Yeah.
Because I just called it Bang Bang.
And real quick, before you finish this, we should have started this episode like 3 hours ago, but we were just going through beats and playing joints and like just playing records.
You probably just listened to 100 beats just right now. Yeah.
So our eyes might be a little bit red, but we're good. You know what I mean? We're good. But yeah, I remember I loved that beat. I loved it, and I'm not going to snitch on ourselves, but
I mean, we know what it is.
Yeah. So recently, I remembered that one of my favorite artists covered the song that was the original sample. So I just asked,
and I had never. He thought that.
I thought that's what it was, and that Sharp was just he is a genius, but he was like next level genius in pitching it so that it sounded.
If I made that from that. That's some alchemist shit.
It was amazing,
like,
but
actual alchemist.
But if you're watching this, stay tuned. But the track, I love that beat. Like,
and that's an old beat of mine.
Word.
That beat's probably 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
And that was on my old computer on old ass Fruity Loops 8.
Yeah, that's
I'm like on 12 now.
That's like when Steady Flow was like steady
flowing.
Yeah,
and
steady flowing.
Yeah. So this was pre-bash right when I made that beat. And I had that old version of Fruity Loops on my old ass computer, which I had for 10 years.
Wow.
Computers don't last 10 years. Cars
No.
do.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah,
computer, and I still got it.
Word.
It still runs. Vista.
Wow. That was not good.
Not at all.
That was
This
not
is 64.
good. Yeah.
So, yeah, I found that. Actually, I heard the song in a bar somewhere. It might have been at Tribeca Tavern when I was waiting tables there. I was like,
Yo, man.
I was like, yo.
Tribeca Tavern has some good ass burgers, yo.
That Wolfpack?
Yeah, yeah.
I need to go get one. Anyway, I heard it, and it's this Chinese lady or Korean lady singing this, classic Nancy Sinatra joint. And Lee Hazelwood is the guy who actually wrote it.
I didn't know that.
For you diggers out there,
Mm-hmm.
look that guy's name up. I'm giving you a jewel right now. You're welcome. The dude wrote some crazy shit especially for Nancy, but like for a lot of other people and himself. And he had one of them like spaghetti western voices.
Yeah.
So some of it's corny up front, where it's called, like, she was my love and beer. But then like you hear the music that goes into it because he wrote all that stuff too.
Yeah.
So
I'm using that for the promo.
Yeah.
But like, so I love that beat, and we were like, this was like in the thick of us writing to the joint. So I knew I wanted to rhyme on this beat, and we weren't quite in our flow yet.
We were figuring it out.
We were figuring it out.
Yeah.
I was hitting Precise up, and I was like, yo, I want to do something to this joint. He was like, all right, well, we'll just see. And I could kind of tell that, like, it wasn't that Precise didn't like the beat, but I think it was just one of those where, like, he liked it, but it was I feel like he probably thought it was like, this is dope for someone else.
Or like he maybe liked it the least.
Yeah.
Or he was probably looking at another one of the beats like, I'm working on this right now.
Right, yeah. Because we were still, like I said, kind of figuring it out.
He's good at making those calls or like making those suggestions.
Yeah.
Like, I think you should probably take that one.
Yeah. Like I'm not the I guess typical rapper that's like, I want that beat. Like, I know that my voice doesn't sound good on every beat. Like, and I can kind of hear like, oh, for the future time, what I mean? Like, there are beats that Sharp has played for me that I'm like, that's going on my album and you're rapping on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can hear me on the stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I wrote my first verse for it. And I think we were back in the studio.
Yeah.
And Precise was like, you should just take that to the head. Just take it dolo. And we hadn't even thought about having solo songs on it.
Yeah.
Like,
this was what made that decision.
This is what made it happen. And so I was like, I kind of feel like an asshole doing a solo song. Like, I'm working on the solo album that's gonna be out soon. Like, my album wasn't out yet. I kind of feel like an asshole.
But you were kind of in that mode, so it was a good time.
Yeah. I was definitely in writing mode.
Yeah.
And so I think I had the first verse, and then I think I wrote the second verse in the studio, and I was like, look, man, if y'all know me, y'all know I'm notoriously awful at coming up with hooks.
Yeah.
Like, I hate, I'm not going to say I'm bad at it. I don't like it. I don't like doing it.
It doesn't your forte.
Right. It doesn't come as easy to me as the verses do.
Right, yeah.
And so I was like, look, I think Precise might have suggested, like, we'll work on the hook.
Yeah.
And so Precise was working on the hook while I was working on the verse.
Me and him.
Yeah, both of you guys.
We were throwing ideas back and forth.
Right. They were, throwing spaghetti at the wall or whatever. And Precise had the, that main part of it. And then
it took us a while.
It did.
Like you finished laying down both the verses. Mm-hmm. It was about 11 or so.
Yeah.
We didn't break it up till about 1:30.
Something like that.
Night. I remember because it took me and him about an hour.
Yeah.
To come up with that hook. But
I think it was you that were like, we're just gonna say sweep the leg malls. Like that part was yours.
With the little sweep the leg.
Yeah.
Malls. Yeah.
And it was like, it worked. And
that hook is
the wild thing for me is that, like, I was like, okay, this is a cool little song. And like me kind of thinking ahead to like formatting the album, I didn't even know if it was gonna stay on the album with all the stuff that we had done before and all the stuff that we were gonna be doing. I was like, okay, well, you know, maybe this would be one that'll be for the cutting room floor, and then maybe we could put out a deluxe edition, and it'll be like, hey, there's a new song,
extra song,
you know. But it didn't happen that way, and there's not gonna be a deluxe edition because we gave you everything.
Now, everything on that album
is everything that we did.
To be on that album. There was one thing that got cut from that album.
Oh yeah, that's
we
right.
all agreed that it didn't need to be on there because it was just unnecessary. It was an outro.
Yeah, and that's it.
And the beat's dope.
Yeah, and we didn't rhyme on it.
We didn't even rhyme on it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use it again.
Yeah, you will hear it.
So you will hear it.
Yeah. So yeah, and it just, it's crazy that, like, you know, the album has been out for almost a month now, and like I'm hearing people like, yo, that's my favorite track.
It's over a month now, I think.
It's we put it out
End
on the
of
20th.
July.
Yeah. It has
just
been over a month. I
month.
forgot. This is September.
Yeah.
So it's just over a month, and like people like, yo, that's my favorite track. And
People
I'm
love,
like, really?
people love Sweep the Leg. Man.
Like, really? You know, and you know, we said it in the last episode that like a lot of our song titles and stuff come from inside jokes, but the majority of the song titles actually come from the verses.
Yeah.
You know, like, because I said, sweep the leg, have you crawling back to your sensei.
Yeah.
And actually, I didn't even tell you this. I gave a shout out to Cyrano. Pitch K's like Cy Young, you high strung. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do a little.
I did too.
You know what I mean? Like,
shout out Steady Flow, shout out Phantom Blade, and I'm gonna do that on everything
Yeah.
I do moving forward. Because that's just those are my brothers.
You know what? That little section has my favorite line that I said in the whole Bash Brothers album.
What's that?
I'm in a different world like Kimberly Reese.
Yeah, that stuck out for me too. I was like, did you wait?
Like, because I feel like
I was like, you say different world like Kimberly Reese? You're like, yes.
Because I feel like anybody else who would have said I'm in a different world, like they would have said like Dwayne Wayne. Right. Oh, Whitley. Dwayne.
Ron.
Nah, man. Shout out to Kimberly Reese because she was about them academics. You know what I mean? So it was
fucking nerd.
I am, yo.
Talking about?
I am. I'm the Kimberly Reese of Bash Brothers, yo.
Cheers.
And so like it's if you are familiar with my catalog and know like my albums, you can probably tell which albums were kind of made around the same time because I find little phrases or whatever and I kind of get fixated on those phrases and you'll hear them in multiple songs. So like the second verse starts, all that sucker shit, I don't know how you cats come up with it.
Yeah.
I said a line similar to that on Famous Last Words. Because I was working on both
making
of
them at the same time, yeah.
Right, I was working on them at the same time. So it was just, for some reason, rhyming with sucker shit was like, that was my fascination at the time. So it had to be in there.
When faced with what you're up against.
Exactly. You know, gotta love those multi-syllabic rhymes. And like, I think it's just I do think it's a good representation of like what you think of from a Malls track. Because it's you know, I rap good rah-rah, but there's, you know, other stuff in it too. Like, kind of recently people have been telling me that like, yo, I love the way you start out rhymes. Like your opening lines are so dope, which is crazy to me because when I came up rhyming, I was always like, your last line needs to be the one that hits them. I've
always tried to come at it like the first two bars gotta be like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
You get, you know, what did we talk about? One of the episodes we were talking about like communications class or speech class. When you're doing a speech or any type of public speaking, you want that attention getter. Right. So, you know, like comedians, they come out with the barn burner and be like, okay, this guy's gonna be on this type of shit. So I approach rhymes like that. Yeah. A lot of people save it for like later, or maybe like, you know, hit them with the 4, the 8, the 12, the 16. Definitely got to hit them with the first two for me. And by first two, I mean whatever the second one. Right.
So, that's the setup and then the punchline.
So with Sharp Cuts, it's 2, 8, 12, and 16. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Sometimes it's all 16 of the motherfuckers. Right. That's what we want to do. Right. But I like how you come in on the 2. Yeah. On the 2 count. Not the bar, but yeah.
I got that from Doom. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, I just loved how I was like, wait, oh, now he's rapping.
Right.
You know, and it seems natural for me because like, it's like, I don't have to work, especially beats that like start on the one, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to like double dutch and try to get in there, you know what I mean?
Like Cameron.
Right, you know what I mean? So I could just like, I just start on, you know, let a bar go by and then boom, I got it.
Yeah.
But like, now my approach when I'm writing a verse is, it's not that I necessarily want to hit you with that first bar of that opening segment. I just want to make something that sounds like cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you know, I'm not saying just, yo, I'll come through with the ruggedness. You know, I don't want to do that. So I just like, you know, everyone knows that I'm a comic book nerd. So clobbering time, when I'm on with the rhyme, it gets deep, but you don't want to see that part of my mind, which is actually a rhyme I wrote in college.
Oh, wow.
Those first 4 bars
were freshman malls.
Was college. I don't know if it was fresh. It might have been my 3rd year. That I can't quite call my junior year.
Junior?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I was on my extra sophomore year.
Junior more?
Right. I was a senior sophomore when I wrote that. So I just brought it back to that because I never used it on anything, and even if I did, y'all never heard it. So so I just used that, and then it just set up everything else. But yeah, man, it's not a whole lot of science behind it. It's kind of bully bars, and you know, as we said in the first time we tried to do this, it's fun to rap.
It's fun to rap. When you can rap, it's fun to rap.
It's fun to rap, man. Like,
he can rap good. He rap good.
And I'm gonna do this again because I think it's important to give flowers. And so, you know, a lot of people, I'm trying to recreate what we did the first time. So
I can tell.
There was a DJ that hit me up that asked me if he could play Sweep the Leg on his radio show.
Yes.
And first of all, you don't have to ask permission to play
Thank
any
you,
of our
but,
shit. Thank you.
But go ahead and tag us.
But also, thank you for letting us know that you're going to play it, and we do appreciate that. And if you are a DJ watching this, let us know, tag us, you know what I'm saying, when you promote your show, so we can help promote it too, because you're supporting us, so we want to support you right back.
Thank you, DJs, for your support.
Exactly. Make
Make
them clap to this. So it's time for me to give flowers. So that guy who hit me up that asked me permission to play Sweep the Leg, he was like, I love the fact that you use the word non sequitur in the verse. And I was like, word, thanks, I appreciate it. Like, I always appreciate when people catch the minutia of the shit that I do in my rhymes, you know?
Minutia.
Exactly, words. Words are important.
Very.
You know? And so I'm going to give a shout out to Legacy from the Justice League, because when I was coming up rapping, like even before I put out my first record, I would write a dope segment of a verse, and then I would get stuck, and I wouldn't know how to like segue into the next segment. And like, I had a homeboy I went to school with that knew Legacy before he was in Justice League, and he let me hear the original Project Mayhem, which was dope. And like, I remember thinking like, I've never heard anyone rap like this. And the way that he would like connect his rhymes was just so, I never heard it before. Yeah. And so like,
sounds like he had that issue before and found a way
around it, right?
And,
like,
and really made a thing out of it.
Like,
too,
rapping is problem solving. You know what I mean? Like, it's like putting together a puzzle. And so, I basically used that as a bridge to the next section, because it's like it was literally a non sequitur. Like, I'm done with this section.
Yeah.
Okay, let me say something that has nothing to do with what I just said. Boom, non sequitur. And then just...
You said non sequitur, and it was a non sequitur.
And it's meta. That's what it is.
So meta.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, shout out to Legacy.
Shout out to Leg.
For unknowingly giving me that jewel.
And Project Mayhem's the shit.
Yeah, man. It's a really dope album.
Always
like, love that. Yeah. So, each Justice League member I've met, I've told them, like, thank you, because so much of what you guys did first of all, it made me realize that it was possible to do it from North Carolina. Mm-hmm. You know, we had people from North Carolina before.
Yeah.
You know, but like the magnitude at which JL kind of stormed indie and underground hip hop.
Yeah, the recognition.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it
universal appeal.
Right. It's like, yo, I can do this too.
It's like finally people are noticing what we're made of.
Right.
You know?
And so, you know, I definitely give those guys shout outs
Flowers all day.
For making me the rapper that I am. And even though we're the same age, I'm still learning, you know what I'm saying, from those guys and from Sharp and from Precise as well.
Same.
So yeah, man, like it's a fun track, and I definitely can't wait until we are comfortable. Because I can't say when live shows are back, because live shows are back, but I ain't gonna be doing them. Like I just,
we ain't gonna be doing it.
In the words of Magic Johnson, I ain't gonna be there. Like, you know what I mean? And when we feel like it's safe for us to go out and give you a show like you guys deserve, you know what I mean? I really can't wait to do that live. And when
we do shows, like I don't know, when I do shows, I might jump in the crowd.
Right.
And still do my verse.
Yeah, man. And that is definitely like a high energy track. And it's like you said, it's fun.
It's fun.
You know, with the sample, and it's high energy, and I could definitely see like the crowd getting behind it. You know what I mean?
They're really gonna like that, man.
And it's wild that people have told me that it's their favorite song in the album. Like, you know, I feel like a lot of people have different favorite songs, but it's just it takes me off guard that like people like, yo, Sweep the Leg is my joint, because
you said it's hard for you to look at your
right,
own stuff
you know what I mean? Because
objectively,
once we record it, it's like, okay, it's good, but like, is it good enough to make the final cut of the album?
Like I get kind of hesitant when I listen to like Stank Face Symphony.
Yeah,
I'm like I know it's good, but I'm like, I don't know, man. But then people tell me, they're like, yo, you stanked off on that shit. Like
it is my favorite track on Bloodsport Champions.
Thank you, sir.
Like
my favorite track it changes every 2 weeks. I'll be honest, I'll probably listen to that album every day. Which has been out a month.
Which is crazy considering the fact that you mixed it, because I would think you would be tired.
Yeah, it would have been like the Joe Budden footed it up.
Right. Like, I don't even want Precise and Malls to talk to me.
No. Fuck the mixing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to listen to it in Adobe Audition ever again. But I got it on Spotify. I got it on Bandcamp.
Hey, man.
malls.bandcamp.com.
Yes, sir. It's on for
CDs.
your streamers.
I still got CDs, so holler at me. I don't know if you still
I'm sold out. I'm sold out again.
All right, so holler at me and holler at Precise. Shout out to Precise. Couldn't be here tonight. But his dad was a little under the weather, and it's good to know Mr. Williams is doing a lot better. So
word up.
We love you guys.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So anything else you got?
Let's see. I can't remember if I said it again or not. Because remember the last time?
Might as well do it 3 times.
Remember the last time?
Remember the last time when you fucked up?
Remember when you fucked up, Malls? Remember when it was like 11 and we did this shit? Nah, Sweep the Leg was really fun to make. It took there's a lot of chops on it. More than you can probably hear, but that's the point, right?
Yeah, right.
Like, the listener, you don't care how long it took to make the beat.
Yeah.
But if you want to hear about it, that took some time, because there were a lot of little parts that I wanted, as opposed to just like, Diddy and that shit.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with doing that, because we got
Madlib is a master.
The loop master, but like every now and then, my name is Sharp Cuts, so you want some sharp cuts.
Right.
And that's definitely an example of how I do it. It's just weird that how old that beat is.
Yeah.
Compared to the other ones on the albums, like, and it still goes.
Right. Some of the beats on the album was like, yo, I just made this beat.
Yeah.
We're writing.
That's Tyler's favorite album. Yeah.
There you
shout
go.
out. I got to shout out to Tyler again, my 15-year-old son. He is really becoming a collector of samples. He might be the new Gene Brown.
Yes, sir.
If he gets enough vinyl under his wing. You know
Tyler, aka Camera Human.
Yes, Camera Human. Chameleonaire.
Yeah, he got his curse pass on the Bash Brothers album.
I know.
Word up. But that's Beyond the Bash. Bloodsport Champions is out anywhere you get music. You can stream it. We prefer if you buy it. Thank you. Put your homies on. Put your people you don't really like that much on. Put everybody onto it.
Put your side pieces on.
You know what I mean?
Put their side pieces on. Put your pets on.
Exactly, yo.
Bash.
Thank you guys who've been copping the album again. I've sold out again. So thank everyone who's been hitting up my Bandcamp, malls.bandcamp.com, and buying those physical copies. Like you said, Sharp still has copies, so if you need a physical copy, hit him up.
I think
hit Precise up if he still got some.
Eternal, I owe you one. I'm just gonna bring it by your crib, bro.
Word up. So once again, man, we got links in the description below the video where you can get the album and you can follow us on our it'll be down somewhere in there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you can follow us on the social media. That's it. Malzini, Sharp Cuts. We out of here.
Bash.
For real this time.
Sweep the leg, 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 Moss.
Yo, Terry, your man's a fucking bum, son.
Beyond the bash, beyond the bash, beyond the bash.
Hey, can you check to see if it's recording?
It is.